Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my God. That's a good one.
Awesome. Hold it.
Jesus.
Oh my God. The big kahuna looks a little bit stretched there, Chase.
Yeah, I told Brad, I said, I think she's tangled up in it. And look, she just folded in there because it's a big kahuna. She's really big. I got a big one. I mean, a real big one. It's almost turnover. Probably sucker time to a lot of guys, but guess what? We're getting big ones on rubber. No need for suckers in this boat. Good golly, that's a good one. Husky Medusa, I think, is in her belly. So we're going to get that one, get some pliers and get her undone here. But wow, that was a thump of a lifetime. We're fishing a little bit deeper break. I'm just pulling that Medusa just nice and slow. I was just reeling up my slack and I felt the thump of a lifetime. And I reeled down and set on that thing. Good God, that thing thumped me. Wow, what a head. Holy moly. It's always good when they make a Husky Medusa look small in the back of the throat. They don't come off like that. It looks scary, but it is always, almost always one hook, just like right there. She just came right off. Bait was completely gone, as you see. That was all, I mean, she had that thing down like this. This one might give my PB a run for the money. Very close to it, if not. Definitely fatter. And guess what? Brand new Medusa collar, albino Cisco, Husky Medusa. Literally just got this in the mail maybe 2 days ago. And I've thrown it for about an hour and a half today so far. So I think it works. Might be my new favorite one. Very Cisco-y, perfect for Minnesota. Well, I make bump boards. I do not make a girth tape. I do have them, but I don't make them, and I don't have one with me. So we're gonna do the line trick just to get a girth on her, get a little bit of a better idea. Because it's big enough to know the actual dimensions. I usually don't girth them like ever, but we're gonna girth this one. She got good belly on her too. So, keep her in the net, in the water, around there. We're gonna go like that, slide down maybe. Not super accurate, but it's good enough for me. That looks good enough for me. $25.25, give or take. Good enough. She's just good and big. That's all I'm gonna say. Good night. I can't wait to put this on the bump. Whew, this one's got me shaking. Oh, it's a big head. I like them big heads. Ow. Oh, don't you do it. Oh, wow. Welcome back to Mayhem's 10,000 cast. Super huge fish. Let's get this thing on the bump. Don't go nuts on me. Oh. Wow. Right there, 55. 55.25 actually.
There you go, dude.
Awesome. One more look, we'll get her back. First double nickel. Gotta love it. Oh, you big girl. Wow, look at that head. Kind of a humpy. Got the boat on spot lock, we'll put her head up forward. That way she does not get drowned. In turn, she gets revived. What a big one. Tell you what, this north wind we got today is freaking cold. I got my arms a little bit wet on that fish releasing her, and as we got a decent little chop going, I'll put my raincoat on. That way the wind doesn't freeze me to death for the rest of the evening, because we got a couple hours of daylight left, and the big ones are going. So I am going to do this now, that way I'm not cold later. Well, I'm gonna change leaders. I'm always very careful about that. That's bad enough for me to change it. Not worth risking it. Got a freshie right here. Going to put a new one on for the rest of the evening. Well, one thing I want to talk a little bit with you guys is, I just told Brad before we got pulled up on that spot, I think 5 or 6 years ago today, I caught my first 50 ever on a cowgirl. And me and Brad's talked about it a lot. I know we've talked about it a lot on the podcast, is calendar dates. Now, granted, is it calendar date that I caught that fish because I caught that 51 6 years ago? Probably not, but it might be. But that was a 51 5, 6 years ago in West Virginia on October 9th this year. Got my new PB at 55 1/4 on October 9th. So if you know of big fish getting caught in your system, it might not be you, it might be someone else, and you know that date, it's probably a good idea to be on the water during that date, because there is something, 100% there's something about calendar dates. I've definitely noticed it a lot back home where I'm on the water every day there compared to up here. I haven't been coming up here that long, but Brad's noticed it, I've noticed it back home, so definitely pay attention to that calendar date for those big fish.
So with turnover right around the corner, one of the things that definitely want to start looking at is some of the hard, deep breaks. There's a fish. That shakes.
You got one.
All right, here we go, Chase. Bring her up. There we go.
Wearing a talking point.
Awesome, man. Here, give me one of these.
I know you're kidding.
Old mojo. Little bit bent up. We'll straighten it back out and get back fishing. Well, it's that time of the year when people are out doing the sucker thing, but I'll tell you what, I love throwing rubber at this time of the year. All the way through mid-October into November, this is the time frame that I'm going to start throwing rubber, and we proved it today. We got 2 in the bag already. We still got a little bit of sun left. Let's take a look at her. Nice healthy fish. Put her on the bump and see what we got. Awesome, awesome bite. Oh, settle down. 46. Nice 46 incher. Take them any day. Not quite as big as Chase's first fish of the day, but hey, 46 inches, it's all good. Let's get her back in the water. Letting her tell me when she's ready. Not quite as windy as earlier. She's stiffening up. She's ready to go for a ride. See you later, girl.
Muskie bumper, measuring fish since 2008. Muskie boards that come in 3 different sizes, left and right-handed variations. They measure accurately up to 60 inches. Stainless steel hardware, lightweight and durable, and they float. We measure your success. Find us at muskiebumper.com.
Hey Chase, what did we get from Team Rhino Outdoors?
Big Dog, St. Croix. We got 2 offshore planer boards, leaders from Stealth Tackle. We got some new braids, some Cortland, and some Bahio sunglasses.
Wait, Carrie.
What are you guys doing?
10-inch hex, Husky Medusa. Got a new pounder and 2. Check out TeamRhinoOutdoors.com for all your muskie gear.
Like I said, rubber's the ticket. Got one on the Medusa, a special one. Mojo came through for me. We'll get it straightened out, start casting again. The key to this whole thing is mid-October, we're in that transition period where we're gonna go into turnover. Before and right after turnover, deep breaks, big points, inside turns, definitely key. Weeds can be a good factor. This fish just came off of weeds, but Chase's didn't. Chase's came right off a sandbar, so don't worry so much about that kind of structure. Look for those big key points in the system, and I guarantee you, you're gonna find fish.
Head checking a lot. Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Oh, they're eating, buddy.
You got it?
Yeah. Good? Are you good? Are you good? I just think I'm still fired up from the 55. It didn't hit me until like probably 2 hours. But I tell you what, I had a pike eat me earlier on that slack line. I think I broke its neck. And then this one I about broke the rod on. I am jacked on that slack line bite. It's not a good idea to bite my bait today, I can tell you that. Setting way too hard on these fellas. Nice little fish on the pounder. Yeah, I think they want it rubber today. And just like that, it's off. It's kind of weird, is when those fish have these big rubber baits down their throat, they're never hooked that good. They're never coming off, but they're never hooked that good. It's always easy to get it out of there as long as you can get in there and see. You probably saw there, she had it like this, but I had to pull the bulldog over that way I could see to get that hook out. Popped it right out. Had one little hook in the corner of her mouth, but that was a whole pounder there. And you're probably wondering why I changed to a pounder after catching a 55 on a Medusa. Well, the 55 kind of screwed up my Medusa. It's not running right, and I can't get it, so I got frustrated. Put the pounder on. Probably needs a torch, but when they're eating this good, I'm not sitting around melting baits. I'll find something else for them to bite. Now this one, the bag is plenty big enough for this one. Hard to get them out, but can't complain. Feels like a 28-incher after holding that last one, but I am super happy. They're eating exactly what I love to throw, big rubber. Throwing it on the slack line, getting it down a little bit deeper, and you just feel that little thump. And man, they're eating, swallowing the baits. Brad just caught his off that one. There's a little hump out here, so I pulled out here, fish on the hump. And we still got, I don't know, probably 200 yards of the hump left, so we're gonna keep going. Hopefully I can get another one. Pretty nuts, the water's way warmer than the air. Yep, gotta change that back hook. It got bent up a little bit in the net. And, like I said, when fish are biting, I don't mess around. I'm not digging in boxes trying to find a hook. I'm just gonna take it off this pounder. This one's proven too. But we'll go back to this one. One of my all-time favorite colors, ever since I started fishing in Minnesota, I've done awesome on this one. 24 karat gold. Super sweet color for up here. These fishers love it. Bait's kicking out to the left now. These are pro harness bulldogs, but you can still tune a pro harness. So it's kicking out, I think I said to the left. So turn it just to the right, just a little bit. It does not take much at all. There's not much wire there. See, now she's diving just right. Perfect. Now I'm ready to go back fishing. So one thing I want to talk about a little bit is how I throw rubber. And I've always done this. I'm sure a lot of other guys do too. But the slack line's really key too. So when you have that slack line, if you watch me, I'm popping and I'm stopping right there for just a second. And the reason I stop is that bait's falling right there. And if you're going like this, when you fall, you're not going to feel that tick. Now when you reel down, the fish might have it, but if they're eating so good today, it doesn't matter. But if they weren't, and you're just reeling that slack up, and you're not doing that pause like I'm talking about, you're never going to feel it. So I'm popping, and right there I'll feel a tick. This is what the last two fish have came. So I'm pausing it, my line's tight right there. It's not like pulling it tight, but it's just tight enough to where I can feel those fish bite that bait. They're going to bite it on that drop. So just a pull, pause, pause. Just like that right there. You can hear my line slicing. It's one good reason or good way to know that you're doing the slack line right. As far as when you're slicing it, you got a little bit of line and that line's gonna go like this and kind of slap the water at the same time. If you watch, I'm not reeling very much. I'm reeling maybe 2 or 3 cranks, maybe. When you hold it right there, you just feel, and you'll feel all crack when they're eating it. Especially if they're eating it like they are right now.
Nothing like a boat mess. Time for another new spot. The sun's just starting to go down. We're gonna go back to some areas that we really like to fish, especially this time of the night. Get after it. We're on the next spot, probably the last spot of the evening. I don't know, it's a little chilly. I don't know how late we're gonna go, but we'll be back on the water tomorrow, worst case. So hopefully we can get one more in the bag. Let's get after it.
Well guys, I think it's a wrap for day one. About an hour after sunset, and we have not seen any more fish, so we'll see you tomorrow.
What do all Muskie Mayhem Tackle Pro staffers have in common? Big fish pictures. Choose the brand that the pros choose. Muskie Mayhem Tackle. Let the mayhem begin.
Magnum Ventures Inc., a woman-owned company, has you protected when it comes to snow, sand, and wind structural fencing products, providing residential, commercial, governmental, and Department of Transportation options for superior property and roadway protection. Proudly made in the USA, Magnum Ventures Structural Snow Fence reduces the drifting and icing of roadways, decreasing the number of accidents and the need for roadside assistance. Contact Magnum Ventures at www.magveninc.com for your project needs.
Well, as we were going down the road to the gas station, we seen the mail lady go by, and Carrie gives us a call. So we're at the gas station. She's bringing us our Team Rhino box. Have to hit the water with the new baits. Oh, personalized note from Team Rhino. Wishing us some luck. We got a grandma, a bulldog, a couple more Medusas, a hex bait in Hoppy Walleye, some new boards, and a couple more Medusas. Probably going to put these to use today. That's why we wanted the box. So, you're looking for something new in the muskie world, custom colors? Team Rhino's your answer. Always brings it through to us. Let's go fishing.
Day two, had the first 2 follows of the day on a pounder. So I'm going to switch it up to a mag dog, see if I can't get him to commit a little better. Came in really hot, kind of late, but it was moving quick. So I'm guessing it shot up off the bottom close to the boat. It wasn't falling in from all the way on the cast. But she didn't really like the boat that well, and figure 8, she'd say just as far out as I could reach, she'd stay right there and just do circles. So she swam off, but we're on fish, and we weren't even out this early yesterday, so hopefully we get into that window that we had yesterday and we capitalize on it again.
Well, another follow. Not a big one, but it's always good to have some follows, give you some confidence. And we've had 2 now, three follows. So hopefully we can get back on them a little bit later this evening. They're showing themselves. That's half the battle. We'll keep after it. Trying to manhandle me here. Let's get her in the bag.
Must be a big one.
The old rig boss.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's day 2. It's been a little bit more challenging than yesterday, but you know what? We're back in that time frame where we caught yesterday. Got a fish in the bag, obviously. Good feeling. We had 3 follows earlier today. Kind of saved this towards this time of the day. Came back, got 1 of them in the bag. So good stuff. Let's get her unpinned and we'll take a look. Old rig boss. Just got this bait here a couple weeks ago. I believe we're unpinned. Maybe, maybe not. What you got going on here, girl? Come on, settle down. There we go. Not too bad. All right, get this bait out of the net. Take a look at it. Woo, hammered my leader there a little bit. Gonna need a new stealth leader, but the old rig boss getting it done. If you haven't seen them, you can check them out at Team Rhino Outdoors. Awesome, awesome glide baits. Maybe you're a little bigger than I thought. Settle down. Nice fish. Super nice fish on that rig boss. Awesome, awesome times. Beginning of October, middle October, and these fish are going. Oh, settle down. What do we got here? 49.5. Well, I didn't think she was that big. Beautiful fish, 49.5 inches. Love it. Good stuff. All right, let's get her back. All right, she's getting squirrely now. Right back to the depths. Big brake lines in the fall. Throwing rubber, just switched it up to wood. Good times.
They're moving again. That's good. Got a little bit left of daylight here. We're on fish. Just gotta give them a bite. Little guy. As you see, it's pretty much dark. Brad caught that one earlier, and then I raised 2 more on a pound, or 1 on a pounder, and then 2 on a supermodel. And they just were not going. They'd come up real late on the figure 8, and just barely see them. It's getting dark now. I couldn't see this one, but I seen it on side imaging. But it swam off, and I could still see it on side imaging. Could not see it on live scope. I think it was laying pretty close to the bottom. And we're up a little bit shallower. The bait kind of moved up than what we've been doing. But then I put a tube on. This is a Team Rhino color aqua perch, and I got a blade on the back right there. It's a little 8 blade, and that's what she wanted. She barely was hooked. I mean, that back hook was just right in the snout, just barely nipped it. They're not really eating, I don't think, right now. But little fish, we'll get her out, and I don't know how much longer we're staying out. We're at pretty much at the end of our stretch where we've seen fish, and I don't know, it's getting cold, and they're being very negative. So let's get her out and take a look at her. Super sweet fish. I love the tube. Mid-depth tube. Smoked it right away. Let's get her back and see if there's any more on the rest of this spot. That one wanted to go home.
Well, that's a wrap. Early to mid-October, great fishing. You know, when it comes to this time of the year, everybody wants to go out and start doing the live bait thing. But man, you're missing some big opportunity if you don't get out and throw some big rubber and mix in the wood as well. One of the things that I can tell you is that if they're not going on rubber on a day, try some wood. It definitely will work, whether it be a jerk bait, glide bait, what have you. But awesome times. Had a blast with Chase, just me and him out here doing this the last 2 days. But great shoot. Till next time, we'll see you next week.